Hi, I'm attorney Cesar Gavidia, and I'm here with my colleague Rachel Alters, and we're going to talk to you today about Unum and the independent medical exam process. So, Unum's contacted you. They would like to schedule you for an independent medical exam. What can you expect? Rachel, what are a few things that a claimant or an insured should be aware of when Unum's contacted them and they want to schedule them for an independent medical exam?
Well, Cesar, they need to be aware that number one, they have to cooperate with the insurance company with Unum's request. If they don't go through with the independent medical examination, Unum can use that as a reason to deny their benefits first.
Right.
Second of all, they need to be aware of the fact that Unum most likely has not provided the doctor with all of the medical documentation that's necessary for the doctor to get an accurate history of the claimant's, medical issues. So I always suggest that maybe they get representation and have an attorney send a package to that physician so they're well prepared for the medical examination before it begins.
Right, and that's really important. It's interesting. The first point you made was that they, in fact, as part of the terms of the policy, they have to comply with the independent medical exam, so they can't refuse to go. Right. And we get that call so often. Do I have to go to this independent medical exam? Why should I have to do this? Why should I have to submit this? I've submitted all my medical records. So knowing that this is something they have to do, is there a time when they can bring someone with them? Can they have it videotaped, or can they bring their sister or friend or husband or wife?
Well, that's a very good question. And normally it's up to the physician who's doing the independent medical examination as to whether a videographer or a third party can be brought into the examination. Oftentimes, Unum will deny that request if a person does not have representation by an attorney. But most of the time, if you have an attorney on your side and the request is made to Unum, a videographer can be allowed to be present, and it's a very important aspect of the independent medical examination.
Right. We're often dealing with, when we're dealing with Unum, we're dealing with ERISA disability claims. And as we know, ERISA is a federal law that governs these employer-provided disability plans. And ERISA really doesn't give you many rights when it comes to these independent medical exams, do they? I mean, they don't, you may ask for, the ability to have it videotaped, and they could decline it. And really, there's not much you can do about that. You can't refuse to go on that basis. This is something that you can request, that you do, not that they do, not that they videotape it, right, and keep the videotape, but something rather that you request, you keep the videotape so that you can ensure the integrity of that independent medical exam. And if the doctor misses something or misreports something, you can prove it through the videotape, right?
Absolutely.
So it's a little different when it involves an individual disability claim governed by state law. There are state laws. For instance, here in Florida, you do usually have a right to have it videotaped. That's something the insurance company can't dispute. But what is something, even after you go through that process of having the independent medical exam, perhaps having it videotaped, is there anything else that the claimant should do, perhaps following the independent medical exam, in order to just ensure the integrity of it and that the physician, independent medical examiner, is accurately reporting everything?
Yeah, oftentimes I'll suggest to my clients that they should follow up that day or the day before with their actual treating physician, so that the doctor could see them in the condition as they presented at the IME.
Right.
And that's very helpful as well, to solidify their claim and show the insurance company that they're really disabled at that time.
Right. How about video surveillance? Should they be afraid of any video surveillance or anything like that before or after the
Absolutely.
IME?
This is the insurance company's opportunity to catch you out of the house, in your car, walking through the parking lot, and any other errands that you decide you're going to do that day. They're most likely going to catch you on video the day of the IME, maybe a week or two after. So just be aware that they're watching you, and they're watching for things that you're doing that are inconsistent to what you have told them you're able to do.
All right. So as you can see, the independent medical examination process is wrought with pitfalls. This is usually the insurance company's opportunity to interrupt your disability benefits if that independent medical examination does not go your way. So if you have any questions or any concerns about your independent medical exam with Unum, please feel free to give us a call. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have.